Hey everyone. So I promised Robert Wilson that I'd give my thoughts on both teams that I'm a fan of. And I listed players who are very notable that I like on the teams, and I'll tell you, what I like about them and compare the difference between Atlas and the Philadelphia Waterdogs, why I follow New York Atlas even though Philadelphia has the Waterdogs. Okay, I'll start with Gavin Adler. He is an elite defenseman, elite undersized defenseman, only 5'8". I mentioned he's pretty jacked, and he had like 19 caused turnovers last year. And as a defenseman playing men's league, I really look up to him. I think he's the best defenseman in the PLL right now. Trevor Baptiste, he's the best foe. He's my favorite foe of all time. I liked him when he was on the Philadelphia Wings. I like him on the New York Atlas. The guy's just so fun to watch. Great defenseman. Not great. Great pogo. He always pushes right into it. Uses all force. Kobe Smith. Some reason Atlas have been benching him lately. He's a good LSM. He's a great 2-point shooter. Probably, lesser known from his defensive ability. And the other LSM, Tyler Carpenter, is more of a two-way guy. I think that's the reason why they pick him as the lead LSM. And they have the new rookie Michael Grace backing him up. Miles Jones, that guy dodges like no other. 6'3", and he pushes his way into the goal. It's hard to imagine someone who's 6'3" who has a short stick. I could just imagine him being like an LSM. And Liam Enterman, he's currently my favorite goalie. I'll get to my old favorite goalie later, but the guy has incredible reflexes, and when he jumps and saves the shot. Max Rexroad, he's a very skilled defenseman. He does get a little bit more penalties than usual, maybe a little too aggressive. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Tucker Durkin. But, I definitely like to watch him play. And Chet Camizio, the guy I mentioned that I was on a team with in the ULAX Box League this winter. And he's a short stick defenseman, defensive midi. And, I see him more down low, and when he played box, he was a forward. So I guess he was trying to get his offensive skills built up. And Brian Costaville, for short stick, he's a great 2-point shooter, and also a great two-way player. And now the former guys, Tucker Durkin. Very, very aggressive defenseman. You always hear him screaming. They always had him mic'd up before he retired. And, very stay-at-home. And Callum Robinson, I felt bad for that guy because he was a very well-known lacrosse player in Australia, and he was the only Australian lacrosse player playing in the PLL, but, he had a great shot, but I think they released him because there was some times where Connor Fields, when he was on Chaos before they were Carolina Chaos, he had kind of trouble stopping him, and so I guess they think he was good enough to continue a team once they had the MLL draft. And it's really sad what happened to him, how he got murdered like that. I'm glad that they show the initials. to commemorate him. All right, now I'll get to the Waterdogs. This might make it sound like I should probably just say Atlas are my team. Michael Sowers is my favorite attackman. Met him a couple times, as I mentioned. Really quick feet, real great dive. Kenny Brower, I've seen him as, I think he's starting to become more the elite defenseman for the Waterdogs. He was injured his rookie season last year, and glad he's finally healthy. And they also don't have that many left-handed defensemen on the Waterdogs, so glad they got one. Dylan Ward, who won the championship 2022 for the Waterdogs in 2022 in box for the Colorado Mammoth. So that just says it all. Dylan Ward is a very versatile goalie. But as far as the Waterdogs, I think his skills are kind of like decreasing a bit. They've been changing goalies with Matt DeLuca a lot. Rylan Reeves is a great two-point shooter, and I'm not sure why they haven't been putting him in lately. It's out of my control. Mikey Schlosser, he's a really fast midfielder runner, but the only thing I don't like about him is that he's like made of glass. He gets injured a lot. And Kieran McCardle playing beside Michael Sowers with the left-handed corner shot. Great. I got two great attackmen. And as far as former players, BJ Grill, friend of mine on Instagram, same height as me, 5'5", an undersized defenseman, and really gets in to the guy he's guarding. And it's too bad that he quit, but I'm glad he's happy coaching that high school in California. And Chris Sabia, I think they demoted him from defense to LSM, and then all of a sudden they released him. I think he was starting to age, but yeah. So I guess that all sums it up. My key players that I like on the teams. So hope that got you some information you need. All right, later.